Hello and welcome to episode 74 of Comics and Us. I'm Chris.
I'm TJ.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics chronologically, kind of. I got it. See that? I had to do it slow. I had to do it slow, but I got it.
I like that this time around you both worked really hard to get it right instead of the last time where you guys just screwed it up so badly.
I wish I worked hard, though. Like, I thought about writing it down and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm just going to wing it. That's it. Who cares?
Well, judging by the intro, I don't know if you noticed there, but this is still a high this week, and it's Uncle Chris's pick. So what did you pick, Uncle Chris?
Well, listen, we started with Batman Spawn, so I figured we'll go Spawn Batman this time.
Technically, we started with Spawn, but...
We started with Spawn. TJ really had a problem with Spawn, so I'm going to keep the Spawn theme. I don't know, maybe I'll do Spawn Spider-Man next time, or Spawn Goes to Hell, or Spawn... I don't know, but probably not.
I like Spawn.
I think this is it. I think this is the end of my Spawn, though, because I'm sick of TJ crying about it, so...
I like TJ crying about it.
Complain about it every time you pick it. That's fine. I have no problem telling you how bad Spawn is. I have no issue.
I'll tell you what it is better than Lucky the Pizza Dog. That's what it's better than.
That is a false statement.
I disagree because Lucky the Pizza Dog was like 4 pages total.
It was very short.
Also a revolutionary comic.
Let's say 6 pages total, and this is 10 times that.
Yes, it is.
Because
Lucky the Pizza Dog, revolutionary.
I do feel like they're just trying to highlight the drawings more than the story itself, so.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it, sure. Alright, so I guess I should get the credits out of the way.
Yeah.
Spawn Batman is called Spawn Batman. It was released April 1994. The cover artist was Todd McFarlane and Kiko Taganashi. Yeah, I don't know who that is. It was written by Frank Miller. Penciled and inked by Todd McFarlane. Colored by Steve Oliff. And I don't know if this is a name or like a processor or something, because it just says Oli Optics.
Oh, like a company.
OLYOPTICS. I'm going to click on it, see if it's a person. Oli Optics has no personal history, no professional history, no notes, no trivia, no nothing.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what Oli Optics is.
Never heard of it. Don't know if it's a person, place, or thing. So.
Well, apparently it did some of the colors in this.
Okay.
Holy Optics. Okay.
Yep. And the letterer was Tom Orz. Yeah, I think that's it. I actually should have made Lumpy do the last cover, because this is yours.
Yeah.
Which one of you want to do it then? I'll just leave it up to you guys.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. This cover sucks. So,
really?
Chris, you can do it. Yeah.
Really? I like the cover. It's typical Todd McFarlane, Spawn, and Batman's kind of drawn the same way, and it's just a lightning bolt behind it. It's plain.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is my favorite art in the whole comic.
Really? I like Todd McFarlane's drawings. I know you're almost completely out with it, but I do like them. I don't like the way they draw Batman in this one.
That's what I was going to... I don't mind it when he's drawing Spawn.
No, he's great at Spawn, but the Batmans look weird.
Yeah, because he drew Batman as... like Spawn. He gave Batman very Spawn. Look, I love Todd McFarlane. I love his drawings. I think he's incredible, and I think that's why I think this comic, the beginning here, this main whatever it's called cover, I think it sucks. It's just it's Spawn and it's Batman, and that's it. He didn't put anything else into it.
Well, actually, like, at that point, that's probably all you needed, right? Just get Batman and Spawn on the cover, we'll sell it. Don't worry about it. Get them both on there together.
And that's how I feel like they did. They're like, I don't need to do anything. I just drew these two characters and I put lightning, and that was it. And I was a little disappointed.
He definitely didn't get crazy.
No.
Well, I mean, there's the Spawn symbol and the Batman symbol on it in Image Comics. It doesn't give a price, though.
No price. It's free. Actually, where is my... I have a hard copy of this. I don't know where it went. Oh, well. Okay, never mind. Okay. I was going to look for the price on the hard copy, but I don't.
I found it. It's on the back. It's on the back cover.
Gotcha.
It's $3.95 in the U.S., $5.35 in Canada.
Wow. Whoa!
Is this the most expensive comic we've done so far?
I don't know, but this is also a graphic novel, not a comic.
Right.
So they're obviously going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else to say about the cover?
There's not much left. Frank Miller, Todd McFarlane, 2 symbols, done.
Okay. So let's go the first page is technically just more credits and stuff like that.
That you already read.
That I already read.
Yeah.
Alright. Actually, I'm curious now. Is Oli Lipics on here?
On the cover, oh.
Computer Colors by Oli Optics.
Yeah.
Okay, so that must be it. Oli Optics must be a company who computerized, like, these colors and stuff. Like, somebody drew it, and then when it was being printed, they must have touched it up or something, I'm guessing.
What is that in the middle there? Oh, look at that. Spawn vs. Batman is a companion piece to DC Comics' The Dark Knight Returns. It does not represent the current DC continuity.
No shit, because Batman in this is terrible. The way Frank Miller writes Batman in this is so bad, and it's horrible, and I hate it.
We'll get to it, and I do have a problem with what they do with Batman at one point, but
he's written like a crybaby meathead the entire comic, and it's stupid.
No, towards the end, he starts talking about how he's much smarter than Spawn and stuff, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, he keeps calling Spawn a stupid idiot and stuff like that. It's stupid. Frank Miller's dialogue is terrible. His storytelling is terrible. This whole comic is bad.
What I don't get is, if this is Frank Miller, why is it written like Spawn? Like he's got the inner monologue, the inner dialogue.
Well, I think that was the idea, because this is supposed to be... Technically, this comic comes right before Spawn number 26.
Oh, okay.
Because Spawn picks up right after that, because one of the homeless people sews up Spawn's face, and Spawn says, "Some idiot's the one that did this to me."
I remember that. I do remember
previous
that.
one.
Yeah.
So... It's technically, I guess, Spawn
for like a lot of comics after that. He always had that stitch in his face too. Like they were sewing it up with like ribbon.
Yeah, they had like green thread. Like,
yeah.
I didn't actually, to be honest, I didn't put that together until you guys just told me that right now.
Right.
But I remember at the end of this, and now I'm like, yeah, they had green stitching in his face there for a long time. A
long time, yeah. Because it looked kind of dumb, neat. Because they would have, like, the string hanging out or tied in a bow and stuff for sometimes.
Yeah, so I guess this takes place... Spawn's in the same universe as The Dark Knight Returns, I guess.
Okay.
But, according to all this. Anyway, let's go into this comic proper. And we open up with the stupid narration.
See, I like this. Listen, I don't need a lot of dialogue. This is good for me. This is what I like about Spawn. Tell me the story. I don't want to read it in word bubbles through the whole thing.
The stupid narration in their head the entire goddamn comic.
Yeah, I enjoy that. That's what I like about Spawn. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not arguing this with you guys again.
And
it's like reading a book. You know what they're thinking. You don't need to hear what they say out loud.
We complain about it when we say, "Oh, it's like reading a novel. If I want to read a novel, I'll read a novel." We do it in every other comic.
No, but they do it this way, and they don't put so much. They don't put so many words in it, so they do it.
I'm not disagreeing with you that there's too much dialogue in those old comics. There really is, but by this time in the '90s, that was already scaled back, and this is not good.
I like it.
I like that. I feel like it flows. I think that it's an easy read. I just do. And maybe it's just because I like Spawn. I don't know, but I do like it.
This we read today when we were putting these out, when we were recording them, we did Blade, first appearance, not his origin story, and this. And this took me less time to read, and this is 60 pages.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's because that one was 1973, and they still had the dialogue bubble problem where there was like too many words.
Right, you're right.
Like, well, this is 1994, and at this time they figured out the formula about when to put, how much dialogue to put in and how much to not to do it.
Yeah, but not Spawn always has that.
Yeah, because Spawn's terrible.
To you, I like this. I want to know what's going on in their heads. Batman does inner dialogue as it gets, as it moves on too.
Later on, he does.
Yeah, later on. No, I mean in his own comics. And in the cartoon, you hear him talk to himself a lot.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, not in the 40s.
Right, no, not in the 40s.
But later on, I read a couple of things, like, going forward for our stuff. And yes, he does. And not as much. He's no Spawn. But
yeah, it doesn't go on for 10 pages.
I like that. I like that it's tormented mind, like.
And they do highlight McFarlane's drawing, so they do these little stories so they don't have to put the word bubbles, and it's mostly just a big drawing and a couple squares telling you the story. I like it. Let's go.
I don't. Can I continue on now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we're in an alley with Batman, and he's inner monologuing. Actually, he's not inner monologuing. This narration's weird, because this is supposed to be Batman, but it's like a narrating Batman's inner thoughts for him.
Yeah, it's almost like they're telling you what he's thinking, but it's not exactly, it's like what they think he's thinking.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, you're right about that.
Anyway, he's in an alley, and then we get our first reveal of Batman, and he's looks like a vampire, honestly.
His face is completely black. I don't get
it's just a shadow.
You're talking about that one. Yeah, he does look like a vampire in that one. I meant the full picture of him. The next page.
Oh, yeah. And the next page he's got a wound. I mean, like I said, it's not bad. I just don't like it. It's stylization for Batman.
Well, with Spawn, the reason they draw his cape like that is because it's alive. Now, why are they drawing Batman's cape with the horns on the sides? I don't know what's going on there. Yeah.
That don't make sense.
No.
Anyway, Batman's first word is punks. You're lucky I wouldn't eat. And he's walking away from a bunch of, I guess, criminals laid out on the ground.
Yeah.
And he finds some gloves. They're a pair of battle gloves humming with the power of promise. I wonder if they're going to come back.
What, the gloves?
Yes.
No, I think he puts them away in his vault or something. At some point.
Yeah, no, they don't ever come back at all.
Oh, you mean in this comic. Okay, yeah.
And then Batman is attacked by a giant robot.
Yeah, I like it.
And he gets thrown through like I can't think of the word. Why can't I think of the word? What does he get thrown through?
Railroad or
No, it's just a wall. There you go. A wall. I couldn't think of the word wall.
Well, it's weird because there's like big like metal trusses or something.
To me, it looks like to me maybe it is a wall, but it looks like boxes or something, like a lot of boxes. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I think it's the robot bursting in through the hole, through the wall, and then hitting him out of the wall.
Is it?
Oh, right. He hits him out of the building. You're right.
Yeah, because he busted through and then knocked him out.
Okay. Yes.
Anyway, Batman's bleeding. Good.
Yeah, I was going to say, now Batman's bleeding already.
Yeah. I mean, he got surprise attacked, so it does make sense. So, by a giant robot.
Keep him... See, now this is what I like. Stay conscious. Ignore the pain. Stay conscious. Move slowly. This is the dialogue he's going on in his head. They got to tell you he's messed up now. He's got to try to keep himself as cool.
They could have done that with just the blood.
Yeah, but you don't know that he's getting like, oh my god, I got to keep myself alive.
I will say they kind of made Batman a little bitch here.
They did. That's what I did. That's why I didn't know who wrote it at first. Just reading it, I didn't really look, and I felt like that it was very Spawn heavy, like they were making Spawn out to be the cool guy and Batman out to be just like the visitor. But it's not.
They did.
That's exactly what it is. The picture of Batman is almost insulting.
Yeah.
And, I don't like Spawn, so...
Right, you have a problem with Spawn anyway. I do like this robot. Like, when you find out what's going on with the robot, I think that's a cool thing. But it's definitely more Spawn-like.
But we barely touch on that.
I know. I wanted to get more into it, and it's just like, what is going on here?
So Batman punches the robot's glass plate thing, and inside there's a human. And
you just see the eye at first.
Yeah. And apparently he's not in control of the robot, and he's not wondering where he is. And so Batman does things to the robot. I don't know, he's kicking it and stuff. He
breaks it apart to try to free what's human inside, and he finds out it's just
a head.
Yeah.
And he pulls the head away, and now it's no longer a person, he says. It's just a piece of evidence.
Yeah. He must kill the guy by pulling it out of there. He doesn't do it on purpose. He's trying to save him, but... I thought that was kind of a neat thing. And then the next page after that is TJ's thing he hated from the original Spawn comic.
Because now we got more freaking newsreels.
Yeah, the newsreels are wordy, too. Like, they don't do it a whole lot in this one, but in them first couple Spawn comics, there would be full pages of these news people.
That's one thing I agreed with. I never even read them in the first ones. I completely just skipped them. They weren't important. They didn't lose anything to the story.
Well, in the first ones, the weird part was it was like 3 different opinions. It was like all the different sides of the story, and it was like, why do I care about this? I understand that too.
And we're getting introduced to some lady who's doing some charity work or some crap.
Dr. Margaret Love.
Yeah, I wonder why we're getting introduced to her.
We'll find out, I'm sure.
And then we get a stylized drawing of the Batcave.
I like it. The giant penny, the dinosaur, the Joker picture.
I like the Joker picture. I actually really like the way that's done.
And
what I don't like is Batman in that picture. What's going on with his Spawn cape?
Right, why is his cape so giant and alive?
Right.
And then Alfred comes in to give him tea while he's staring at a decapitated head.
And he looks goofy, right?
Yeah, it's stupid looking.
Yeah, he looks very pouty, like he's got his chin out. I don't know why they did that to him.
And, like, Batman would not be just staring at the stupid head as it's whatever is going on here. He'd be on the computer looking at the analysis or whatever. He wouldn't be just... This is just grim for the sake of being grim.
Yeah. But he's trying to figure out how to get his identity.
He's got teeth. No shit, Batman would have already had his teeth out and analyzed.
He just got there. He didn't even get his tea yet. He just got there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He didn't even get his tea. What do you expect?
So, I wasn't sure if I should bring this up or not, but now that we're doing this, so I read some other stuff, and I'm curious now. They say that actually Todd McFarlane hates Batman.
Really?
They said that he actually mentioned it in an interview, but I can't vouch for that. Like, I didn't read it or see the interview. Right. And I wonder now that we're, like, saying all this, I'm like, well, maybe that's why it's this way.
Yeah, but this one's not written by Todd McFarlane. You think Todd was...
But it's drawn by him.
Right, but I'm saying, you think he manipulated Frank Miller while they were writing it, or what?
I mean, it is Image Comics, and
right,
so it is under his... I mean, I guess it was both under their brands, but still...
Yeah.
I'm just curious, because, again, I like this comic. I had no issue with it, but I do understand, like, when you read it, Batman kind of sucks in this comic.
Yeah, he kind of sucks, and the weird part is Spawn looks great, but Batman looks kind of goofy.
They made him look, like, almost frumpy, like, and then they make him, like, really dumb. Like, it would make sense if McFarlane did hate Batman for real. And like,
on this next page, Alfred is drawn better than Spawn is. Drawn better than Batman is. They don't even show the details of Batman's face in most of the comic.
Most of the comic, they don't. And they gave Batman Spawn's cape.
Yeah.
The
cape's like following him around like it's alive.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to keep in mind, this is like 3 years after Image Comics was formed, and these artists left the other two big companies, and they're still,
still at odds.
They were, like, still at odds with each other. And
there's that bitterness,
There was that bitterness there, like how DC and Marvel are keeping the superheroes locked up and under their own thing, and all that bitterness that is oozing in this comic.
It shows. I can say that it shows in this comic.
Anyway, Alfred tries to give him tea. Batman doesn't want his tea, and he gives Alfred the head and says, "Go put this in a vault or something."
Go put it on ice.
The gloves go in the vault.
Gloves go in the vault, whatever. And then we cut, because he's got to go to New York City for reasons I forget.
Well, and Alfred even here, like, kind of makes Batman out to be an asshole. He's like, "As you wish, sir, and a pleasure speaking with you, as always." Like, whatever, just get out of here. Like, that's not Batman.
It's not Alfred either. I mean,
not Alfred. You're right.
Alfred's always been a smartass and always keeps Batman in check. But he doesn't, like, it's not passive-aggressive like that.
Not like that, no.
Anyway, this guy, the decapitated head belonged to a 42-year-old vagrant with who was an acute alcoholic last seen in New York. That's why we're going to New York.
That's why we're going to New York, right.
We're really going to New York because that's what Spawn is, but that's...
Right. But I do like the drawing of the next page when he's going to New York.
Yeah, Batman does not look bad there, although...
I don't see Batman there. I just see his crazy cape, right?
I see giant bat wings.
Yeah, I was going to say there are 40-foot tall wings coming off.
Like, I don't like Batman there. Now that I scrolled down, wow, I just saw the wings. But if you scroll down, Batman looks like crap again. He looks like fat and his head's weird, right? Does he look like a chubby Batman?
Yeah, I didn't see it like that until you pointed it out, though.
Yeah. But
I said they drew him like frumpy, like he's not. I don't know. When you start to pull this stuff apart, I do kind of like it. I'm a little disappointed in some of that, but...
Right. I got through it. I thought it was okay. I do like this one better than the other one, the War Devil one. But yeah. Now that we're going through slowly, I don't like the way they drew Batman at all.
Yeah.
But at least in that other one, they were kind of equals.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. In this one, they are not.
No.
It is clear that Spawn...
most of the time.
Yes. It is very clear that Spawn has the upper hand here.
Yeah. But here's, Batman gets to New York and starts remembering when his parents got killed because they're in the city.
Yeah, because we needed to bring that up for the 1,000th time.
Yeah, we always bring that up for some reason. Actually, when we're reading in the 40s, they don't bring it up that much at all.
No, they brought it up once.
Once, yeah, and then a recap once after that, I think, and that was it.
Yeah, it's true. They did do it twice, I'm sorry. They did the origin of Batman twice.
Yeah. And newsreels.
Yep.
Just an opinion piece here. I mean, that's what Pete Davidson built his career on. His dad died. So, I mean, it's just a New York thing, you know?
I don't even know who that is. No idea who that is.
Good. Move on. When people start to comment on my comment there, you'll learn.
Oh, okay. Whatever. We cut over to more newsreels about homelessness and that Batman's in New York. Yay. And somehow Batman stumbles across an alley where Spawn's talking to some homeless people.
Because Batman's going to the alleys where that bum was.
Okay.
That's it.
And one of the guys is talking about how they seen Al get killed or something. And then introducing Spawn, who looks fine. He's Spawn.
Yeah, who is a great, absolutely perfect drawing of Spawn, and for some reason Batman doesn't have a face half the time.
So, but then we cut over to, as the comic says, a couple of sick jerks out for what sick jerks call a good time, because this is good writing.
Well, listen, the people in the Spawn universe are disgusting. This happens all the time.
They're scumbags.
Yeah, everybody's a scumbag in Spawn's universe.
Yeah, but you didn't need the arrow to tell me that they're jerks.
No, well, once you see they're going to set a homeless guy on fire, you figure out that they're jerks. You're right.
Yeah, you don't need that little dialogue there.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, these two sick jerks dump gasoline on a sleeping homeless person. He doesn't wake up, and they're about to set him on fire, but the flames come back towards them because Spawn used his magic.
Yep.
And then Spawn, interrogates them a little bit. And the idiot... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The idiots, instead of, running away or whatever, try to shoot Spawn. And then Spawn kills them.
Yep, he does. He murders them.
I mean, they tried to kill him first.
Yeah. But
and another guy.
He does burn them alive.
I'm okay with that.
Which is fine... Because that's what Spawn does.
Yes, it is true to his character, so...
But Batman don't like that.
Batman doesn't like it because he doesn't like murder.
Right.
Which is also fine. But my problem is the way he goes about it. It's like, they make it seem like that him not wanting Spawn to kill somebody is a bad thing.
Oh, like he's trying to stop Spawn from killing bad guys.
Yeah, and they're like, that's a bad thing. Spawn should kill all the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, in the Spawn universe, they're looking at Batman like he's an idiot because instead of locking these people up or doing that stuff, Spawn just kills them.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Which, in reality, from what I know about Spawn, won't they just go to hell and turn into minions for Satan and he's sent back up to do more damage?
That's the whole problem. That's the whole catch-22 of the Spawn comic is all the bad guys that he's killing are becoming part of the army.
Which is, again, why Spawn doesn't want to use his powers, because that's what happened.
And his powers
are the whole premise of Spawn.
And he knows. Yeah.
But it's like they're saying Batman's stupid for doing this, but he's doing the same exact thing.
Right.
I agree.
And again, we see the lopsided drawing here, because you see Batman comes in and attacks Spawn, right?
Yes.
But Spawn looks awesome again. He's got his burn-up face, and he's got all his... And then Batman doesn't have a face.
Has no face.
He looks like a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, he's got big giant teeth and white eyes and no face at all.
He does. It looks like he's a mockery of what Batman is and what a Looney Tunes cartoon would be.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were going for almost. I feel like they were really mocking Batman in this comic.
Like they're trying to make him look goofy compared to Spawn?
Yeah. I think I kind of that's what I'm getting out of it. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know, but
they also make him super weak in comparison to Spawn.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which, I mean, in his defense, Spawn does have all the powers of hell, where Batman's just a guy.
Batman is just a guy.
Yeah.
To be fair, I will agree. He is.
And it's not like he knew who was Spawn. At least I'm assuming he doesn't know who Spawn was.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he does. But Spawn knows who he is, but he doesn't know who Spawn is.
All I know is that eventually Batman brings up Clark, and he should send Clark to take care of Spawn.
Yeah, he should have just went back and got Clark.
Anyway, so Batman does get the upper hand a little bit in the beginning here and throws Spawn through a wall and stuff. He punches him.
Right, well, that's because Spawn wouldn't use his powers in the beginning.
But during the whole narration, Batman's saying, yeah, I'm doing this, but man, is he hard to hit and take down and stuff like that. It feels like
a slab of granite and kicking a rock and, yeah.
And so Batman brings out a few batarangs and throws it at him, but it just bounces off his chains.
Okay, Batman has no face.
Yeah, Batman's
and no
covered
face
in
again.
there.
Yeah.
And then he tries kicking Spawn, but that's not doing anything. So he remembers he has his utility belt and brings out nerve gas. What?
Now, and also, does Spawn breathe?
Apparently, according to this comic, I mean...
Yeah, because I don't know if he's dead.
I mean, I thought he was dead, but...
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Whatever.
Because he is dead.
It works. Right.
But
maybe he's got to use that body anyway. He's still got a human body.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently...
But they can, cut his arm off and it comes back. So I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway, Batman throws nerve gas, and it makes Spawn cough. But Batman isn't nerve gas deadly?
To Batman?
To anybody.
I don't know enough about nerve gas.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of nerve gas Batman has. Maybe he has weak nerve gas or something.
I'm just saying, it's just weird. And why is it affecting Spawn but not Batman?
Because it never affects the person who uses it, remember?
Oh, right.
Comic logic. Yeah.
But we're 50 years in the future now, so
apparently it's still going on.
Rules are rules, TJ. Comic rules are comic rules. If you throw it out there, it doesn't affect you.
Anyway, Batman gets Spawn down, and Batman asks him if he had enough, and Spawn says, "In your dreams." And then we get an off-screen ass-kicking of Batman. We get an off-screen ass-kicking of Spawn while Spawn's trying to talk himself into not using his power because it feels like cheating. Is that what happened there? Yeah, it feels like cheating, thinks Spawn. It is cheating. Using the magic to make himself strong and beat the crap out of Batman is cheating. I'm not gonna lie, I was tuned out by the narration at this point. I just assumed this is where Batman got his ass kicked.
Well, maybe it is. You're right. Maybe it is because Spawn must use his powers because it doesn't even go back to Batman and it says, "I'm overpowered." Batman realizes it's retreat or die, which never would Batman retreat.
Yeah, no, it's bullcrap.
Yeah. Because
they show Batman retreating here and Spawn still coughing, but in the next panel, Batman's lying in the alley and saying he's readjusting his bones and stuff.
Yeah. And if Batman
his shoulder back in,
if Batman did retreat, he would be back with a way to finish this guy off.
Right, he would have retreated around the corner and have 6 traps waiting for him.
Yeah. Right, he puts his arm back in its socket. He twists his spine to get it a little less tangled. But he realizes that guy was holding back. So apparently Spawn could have killed him if he wanted to.
Right, and he realizes that Spawn is magic now too.
Right.
That he's a superhuman abilities. But if this is in the same universe as The Dark Knight Returns, like I said, Batman takes down Superman in that comic.
Right. But I don't know. I mean, do you think Superman could take out Spawn?
Well, I think in raw abilities he could, but Spawn's magic and Superman's weak against magic.
Right, and Spawn's magic, and they just regenerate him eventually,
But Spawn's dead, so I don't know that.
But I definitely think someone like Shazam could take him easily.
Yeah.
Shazam's all magic.
Yeah, but this is magic from hell.
Yeah, and...
It's hell's magic. It's a fury of hell.
Is Shazam alive?
Shazam's alive. Yeah, Shazam has the power of gods in his body.
That's a good fight then, I guess.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
And each of the letters Shazam stands for a god, like the speed of Achilles and stuff like that, or whatever it was. the wisdom of Hermes or it's something stupid like that. I don't forget what it is.
Yeah.
So apparently Spawn's going somewhere.
I don't know what happens here.
I don't know.
He's going to see a junkie named Silvo. Led Spawn here. Seemed to know something.
The junkie led them here, but I don't know why he's going here.
Right. That's right after the fight too, huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the building. No, I don't know why he's doing it either.
Yeah, Spawn. It takes him 12 seconds instead of 10 seconds to pick the lock now. And he breaks into this building.
Yeah.
Goes in.
Gets attacked by a robot.
And now he gets attacked by the robot.
Yeah, a different robot.
It's the same kind of robot, just with a different head inside.
Yeah, a different person's head.
And Spawn takes it down easy. He uses a giant gun because, of course, he does.
Yeah. And then I thought that this was like something I didn't know. I thought she was like helping Spawn, the lady on the screen. I thought it was like a Madam Web kind of thing going on, And I'm like, I don't know who this person is. And then I realized she's the bad guy.
Yeah, so Spawn's talking to the severed head. I don't know how it's still talking. When Batman severed the head earlier, it stopped talking. But this one keeps talking. And then on the TV, we get the newsreel lady from earlier, who's the bad guy, talking. I guess it's like talking to the robots and telling them. It's like pre-recorded or something.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's almost like a training video. But the head talks to Spawn because Spawn can talk to the dead.
True.
Oh, okay.
That's why the head is still talking.
Yeah.
Like Spawn can be in his mind, in this dead guy's mind. He's
right.
That's why.
How can he be in a dead guy's mind when there's no mind there if he's dead?
There is. That's why Spawn still walks. The mind is still there.
I was under the impression Spawn's in like a living body, though. Like he's got function.
But he's a soul that is there, so his soul can still talk to other souls.
But what I'm saying, if that guy's dead, his soul shouldn't be there anymore.
Well, it is.
It didn't leave yet. It didn't split yet. That's all. It's still hanging around a little bit.
Any body part that Spawn can come in contact with can contact the soul.
Okay, I don't care. Whatever.
It's mainly because you hate Spawn.
Right. You're not trying to learn any of it, so just move
on. Anyway, we learned that she's the bad guy.
Yeah, and her voice is like music, hypnotizing.
And that she smiles when people dies.
Yeah, that really freaks Spawn out. Like, he never saw he saw a guy who like, killed children that would smile the entire time. I don't know why this is different to him.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Batman's still patching himself up, and then there's a bat signal in New York City.
I love that Batman puts his Band-Aids over his mask.
Yes.
And his bandages over his gloves and over his outfit.
Anyway, this part really made me mad. Because he goes to the bad guy woman, and she's like, Spawn's gonna kill me. Like, as if Batman doesn't know she's the bad guy already.
And
right, world's greatest detective.
Uh-huh, this is bullshit.
You're not in Gotham. Somebody puts a bat signal up, it's a setup.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
a strange but welcome sight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Anyway, she's pretty much saying, hey, Spawn's a bad guy, I'm not the bad guy, go kill Spawn.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Spawn's back in the alley talking to the homeless people, coughing up the nerve gas still.
Well, Batman calls Alfred, and Alfred sends him a package, too.
Does he?
Yeah, so
okay.
I don't know what that's all about, but...
Well, we find out in the next scene because Batman re-shows up with the power gloves.
Ah, wow. I wonder if they were coming back. Or is it two or just one? Does he just have one?
I don't know. It looks like
I
just
think he only has one.
As to say, I think it's just one.
Yeah, that's a cool drawing of Batman, except for they cover his damn face again.
But in the next, after that big jump-in scene, the next thing says the power gloves, plural, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
And, apparently Batman's cape is larger than Spawn's.
And alive, too.
And Batman starts beating Spawn up with the power glove, and they get into another fight because Batman believes Spawn's the bad guy in all this. Meanwhile, Spawn's thinks Batman is working for the bad guy lady, and maybe he's not the hero she should be.
Yeah.
So, they're fighting.
Well, Batman says Spawn's a sloppy, stupid fighter with no discipline.
Yeah, he does. And Spawn calls him an idiot, and he'll tear him apart.
Yeah, Batman calls him a punk, yeah.
And then he's like, Spawn's like, you're talking trash, it won't help you. It's all just stupid dialogue.
Spawn fights dirty.
It has nothing to do with the dialogue. It's all about the punching and the...
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of scenes so they can fight to a draw.
Yeah.
So that the giant robot can attack them both and kill Batman.
Kills Batman.
Yeah.
And kill Batman.
Yeah. And, yeah. But Batman, just fought Spawn forever, and then this thing comes in and just kills him.
And just stabs him, and he's dead. He lost all of his blood is drained, and his heart stops. He's dead. They kill Batman.
Yeah. And now Spawn... Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't like this either. I didn't like this the first time around, to be honest with you, when I read it myself either.
And Spawn's like, oh my god, they're killing him. As if he wasn't trying to do so a moment ago. Why does he care all of a sudden?
Because now they're buddies.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, Spawn uses his magic to destroy the stupid robot, and then...
It destroys the robot in 1 second that killed Batman.
Yeah, exactly! And then Batman's saying magic tricks, no way to fight, no discipline, keeps repeating it over, and Spawn's like, I'm gonna bring you back to life and go into your mind. He's like, don't go in my mind. And he's like, I'm going into your mind. Don't go in my mind.
You don't get a choice. I'm there already.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
And then Spawn's in his head, and I guess they learn about each other and about the bad guy.
They trade a few pieces of each other. I do like the next drawing with the zombie and the I don't know, Batman don't look great, but the bat looks cool, and the blood.
Isn't that just Spawn?
What, the zombie? Yeah, I think that's Spawn. But the other one, Batman looks like a robot or something.
Yeah, he's just got teeth showing.
Yeah, I don't.
It looks it looks like the original Iron Man helmet.
Yeah. Or like the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
And so I guess Batman sees that she smiled too, and that's, that damn her and her smile.
Yeah, her smile really bothers them.
And then Spawn's like, do you get it now? Batman's like, yeah, I get it now. I guess we're on the same side now.
Yep, let's go. We got work to do.
And Batman's like, stay out of my head. And Spawn's like, there's nothing I'd rather do. Do you ever think about getting help coming from Spawn?
Yeah, he says that's a scary place to him. He's been in hell. He thinks Batman's head's scary.
Yeah. Batman's mind is that scary.
Anyway, Batman calls him a dead punk that won't shut up, and they got work to do.
It's still such a weird thing.
Yeah.
And then we get a giant splash page of Spawn and then Batman, because I guess they didn't feel like doing panels in that one. They just wanted to waste one page.
This is just McFarlane highlighting it, but I do like the way Batman's drawn there. I do like that.
I actually do, and his face is there now. He has a really good shape now.
Yeah.
All right, we cut over to a ship because we're on ships a lot recently.
Yeah, people like ships.
And the bad guy's there with the president and stuff. I don't know what she's displaying because she says people are bad, and she opens up this big floor panel and reveals nothing. I don't know what that is.
I just say all she does is reveal that the floor panel opens.
Yeah,
that's all she doesn't reveal.
Oh, here you go. In the hold, an arsenal built for war that was never fought.
Is it all bombs?
I think it's all nukes.
It doesn't look like it. It just looks like pipes to me.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be nukes, though. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, she is going on about how bad people are, and that they're gonna, heal the world, by destroying it. And there was a line in here that really just bugged me. In the dialogue, when you said, in the hold, an arsenal built for a war that was never fought, a hush falls over the crowd as two generals trade high fives.
What, because there's bombs they high-fived?
I guess because she's talking about people are stupid, and so they high-five over it.
Yeah,
it's just a stupid line.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
It's like, if you wanted to just draw it up there, if that's what you wanted to do, why are you telling me?
Because I don't want to have to look through. I want to be told. No,
that's not dialogue bubbles. That should be drawn.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Anyway, Batman shows up with Spawn, and Spawn is being noisy, and Batman's like, "You're doing it wrong. You have to be quiet like this, and you're nothing but a blunt instrument." And that he's so much smarter, and that from all indications that Spawn is dumber than Clark.
Who's Clark? None of your business.
Yeah, exactly. There's a shot at Superman there, which is annoying too.
Apparently Clark's dumb.
Clark Kent can learn anything in like 2 seconds. So
he's dumb.
He's dumb. All right. Anyway, they fight through robots or something. I don't know what's going on here. It just looks like chains and shit.
Right.
And then there's a bunch of explosions, and then Spawn kills the main bad guy anticlimactically.
Batman tries to stop him from killing him.
I was going to say, Batman says, no, you fool, she doesn't have to die.
Yeah.
But in the next battle, she's dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Batman couldn't stop him, apparently.
And because Spawn killed her, she presses the button, and a nuke goes fired off. What?
Yeah. She had the button.
That was her backup plan.
So she just has the capability of launching a nuke from that ship. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Batman say, "Do something, Spawn, you idiot!" And then he teleports them to
the nuke.
The nuke.
Bomb. Yeah.
And I guess they just ride it into the ocean.
Well, they disarm it.
Batman disarms it, and then they push it into the ocean.
Is that in the dialogue? Because I don't see him doing that at all.
It is. They talk about it. They talk about how it's built. It's built to be confusing. And where does it say? It says it in here.
Because what I see is a green flash, then a hang glider over a missile, then Batman and Spawn, then a picture of like a hand, then some buildings, and then two
but in the thing, it does say that Batman's a genius, and mind's so brilliant it revolutionized the field of physics.
Yes.
Hands so skillful they could serve as a concert pianist or a safecracker. And then Batman disarms it. It's dead. That's it. It's dead. Get us out of here. And then they blip out, and the city is saved.
Except that I see just a bunch of capes or hang gliders or whatever they are.
I'm not impressed with that. Like, stop doing that with Batman's cape. I understand Spawn's cape does that. Stop doing that with Batman's cape.
Batman's cape does not do that. It does not do that. Ever.
Spawn's cape is alive and defies gravity and stuff. Batman's cape doesn't do that. It's weird.
No, Batman's cape is just a cloth.
Yeah.
It's to be fair. It's probably like bulletproof rubber, Kevlar, or something like that.
Yeah, even still. Yeah.
Fine. But it is just a cape.
It is inanimate.
It is very inanimate.
Right, it doesn't move by itself. Right.
I think that's my only real, like, when I read this and I kept looking, I'm like, that is not Batman's cape. It's not.
I didn't like the cape, but I didn't really have that much of a problem with the drawings, and now I have a total problem with the Batman drawings.
Only with the cape the other drawings I have a problem with that they didn't want to draw his face and stuff.
They're purposely hiding his face all the time.
It's purpose, yes.
Yeah.
I get it, and like looking back now, I get it. They were downplaying Batman here.
Yeah.
Anyway, the nuke crashes into the ocean. And
disarmed. Everybody's safe.
Spawn teleports them back to an alley, and then Batman's like, "This isn't over. We're gonna meet again." And Spawn's like, "You better hope we don't, because I could have you for breakfast because of bad dialogue." And then Batman says, "And we'll meet again, and the next time. And then Spawn's like, "Why don't you just knock it off for a second? We just saved the city. Why don't we bury the hatchet?" And then Batman says, "Bury this," and throws a batarang into his face.
Yes. And he keeps that scar, that cut open wound, for a long time.
And that's the end of Batman Spawn.
Yeah.
And then there's
Don't worry.
Hold on. There's a couple splash pages afterwards.
Yeah, there's a couple cool splash pages. I like the Spawn with the batarang in his face. It's kind of cool.
And then there's I do
like that.
And then there's an in memory of Jack Kirby, 1917 and 1994. I guess he just died that year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jack Kirby was the greatest artist in history of comics. This effort is dedicated with respect to the finest talent any of us have ever witnessed, Todd McFarlane. And then on the back, you get a bio for Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane.
Yeah. So, I think on my hiatus episodes, I'm going to stick with the Batman crossovers for a little while, and I just picked one, so stay tuned for when we go on hiatus next year.
There's a lot of Batman crossover stuff, but
yeah, I found one that I want to try. Yeah, that's about it on this one. Let's go to guess what I didn't do. I didn't do the synopsis again. Well, yeah, I forgot again.
I hated this comic. I thought it was shit.
Yeah, I like this one.
I liked it.
But you have a problem with Spawn. You're never going to like Spawn. So
not only do I have a problem with Spawn, I hate Frank Miller's writing. I think he's a terrible writer.
I don't know anything other than this really from Frank Miller, but I will say I don't like what Frank Miller did to Batman in this, so that's my only opinion I can draw.
And that's my problem with Frank Miller in general, the things he does to Batman. Like, everyone touts that Dark Knight Returns. I think it's overrated and shit, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I like it, but it's not great.
I don't
think
I don't like it.
McFarlane had a big hand in the writing of this, too. I don't think it was just Frank Miller.
No. But Frank Miller is the reason Batman got so dark for so long.
Right.
And ruined Batman for a long time.
Yeah, I like a dark Batman. That's why I did like Dark Knight Returns.
This is dark, broody, crybaby Batman.
Yeah, this one's a little weird.
Where I have to do everything myself and no one can help me because I am Batman.
Right.
I hate that version of Batman. I don't like Frank Miller, and I think his writing sucks.
I didn't like the Dark Knight movies. I don't know anything else, but
the appearances are. This is what I got for appearances on this one. You ready? Batman, Spawn, Alfred Pennyworth. That's it. It says villains, and there's a blank space, and then it said other characters, and there's a blank space. Apparently, we're not even going to talk about that Love woman. Apparently, she's not even in it. So.
Margaret Love.
Yeah.
I mean, she was barely in it anyway.
Yeah, she was nothing more than a plot device.
Yes.
This says following this issue in Spawn 21, where Spawn's friend Bobby stitches up his face with a shoelace. That's what it was. I said a ribbon. It's a shoelace.
Yeah.
For a while, he keeps that shoelace on his face. So that's it.
You feel better now, TJ, now that it's over.
No, because I had to read the damn thing.
Don't worry, I'm gonna find some Spawn. We're gonna do some Spawn, but it ain't gonna be soon. We're gonna step out for that a little bit.
I hate Spawn so much.
The story's really good.
I love it.
Not from what I read, and I read a bit of it. I read like 10 pages, and then we got to one where it was like an allegory for Superman in a cage, and everything was like.
Yeah, you also have a big problem with their
bitterness. Yes.
Back. Yeah. Their bitterness.
Their bitterness of everything. Sure. Yeah. I don't mind that they fight it back and they started their own company. That's good for them on that, but that doesn't have to stem over to your work.
Yeah, the crying is a little annoying to do.
There's a lot of times where it's like a full-on protest in the comic. It is.
Right, like do you need to do that? You can be successful without.
And I get
you're mad at it, but
I get you're mad at the company, but do you have to shit on the characters that people like? You know,
they felt like they were being oppressed by the man, and they wanted to do something about it.
But Batman's not oppressing them. Batman did nothing to.
Batman's writers and overlords was. But that's it. I got nothing else for this one. We made it through.
Yes.
So, you want to hear a joke? Listen, I couldn't find a Spawn joke, so I found a hell joke, and it said, why did the devil put exercise equipment in hell? So he can exercise the demons. Come on. There was nothing really low. I couldn't find anything.
Because
I tried to look up Spawn jokes, and it just kept giving me respawning like video game jokes, and I'm like,
really?
Because TJ, Spawn's terrible. That's why no one likes Spawn.
There's nothing to joke about. It's very serious.
You leave the recording for this one.
Yep.
Really? Really? For that one, you decide to leave the recording for
because
that one?
Spawn's there's no humor to Spawn because it's terrible.
It's very serious.
It's very seriously stupid. That's what it is.
I can't believe you. You cut him off on the other